Block Program Management Unit. The role of block level intervention in the rural sanitation sector needs to be significantly strengthened to provide guidance, support, and monitor sanitation status in GPs. The block level is the ideal unit for providing support to a GP or a group of GPs. States should finalize the block level arrangements as per requirements. Ideally, state has to set up a block program management unit. The BPMU shall work as a bridge between the district experts and the GPs and provide continuous support in terms of awareness generation, motivation, mobilization, training and handholding of village communities, GPs and VWSCs. The BPMU will serve as an extended delivery arm of the district mission in terms of software support and act as a link between DSBMG and the GPs or VWSCs or village communities. The state governments are expected to post a government officer as a full-time block sanitation officer. Till such arrangements are made, the state may designate a senior block level official as the BSO. He may be assisted by a block coordinator and a data entry operator engaged on contract who shall be provided emoluments to be decided by states. This block level arrangement shall be tasked with hand holding, supervising and monitoring of the program and the quality of toilets being constructed and their usage every GP. Social mobilizers may be needed at the block level to assist village level workers or Swachh Sena. States can also set up a sub-block, that is cluster level units in places where there are large number of GPs in a block. A team of social mobilizer and technical supervisor may be engaged for 20 to 30 GPs. States are to decide on the emoluments of all persons engaged at the block and cluster levels. Capacity building and generating awareness, including triggering demand among the community on various aspects of sanitation, will be taken up by BPMUs, though the designated CSO or Swachhagrahis or Sena, etc. It will also help the GPs in achieving ODF status, sustaining and building on it with effective motivation and low cost management of solid and liquid waste. Expenditure towards this personnel may be incurred from the administrative head of the SBMG. Gram Panchayat or village water and sanitation community. The Gram Panchayats have a pivotal role to play in the implementation of the program. States may decide to channel the fund flow for activities at GP level through the Gram Panchayat institution. All institutions and committee working within the GP framework have to prioritize sanitation within their programs. A village water and sanitation committee VWSC shall be constituted as a subcommittee of Gram Panchayat for providing support in terms of motivation, mobilization, implementation and supervision of the program. A VWSC should play a crucial role in the comprehensive and saturation approach to ODF grams. The membership of a VWSC may have representation from each ward of the GP and 6 more members. Women should form 50% of the members. There should be representation from SC/STs and poorer sections of the society. This committee should function as a standing committee on water and sanitation of the Gram Panchayat and should be an integral part of the village Panchayat. The composition and functions of the VWSC can be determined by the state government. A separate account may be opened for each village and water sanitation committee of a GP, and Sarpanch or Pradhan of a GP should be the chairperson of each VWSC. The Swachh Bharat funds should be routed through the account of the VWSC or GP. The account shall be subject to audits held from time to time, including social audit. The GPs and the VWSCs shall endeavour to make their GPs ODF and Swachh at the earliest. States should recognize and confer awards to such GPs. While the participation of the local bodies is advised, there shall be a flexibility at the state and district levels to decide on the methodology of the implementation of the program, depending on local conditions and the role that the GPs and the VWSCs shall play. Role of MDWs in ensuring adequate infrastructure. The creation of adequate infrastructure for the implementation of the SBMG in the state shall be monitored by the MDWS, which may issue necessary advisories on the matter. Approval of the AIP of the states and release of assistance may be made contingent on compliance with such directions. Role of Panchayat Raj institutions. As per the Constitution's 73rd Amendment Act 1992, sanitation is included in the 11th schedule. Accordingly, Gram Panchayats have a pivotal role in the implementation of SBMG. The program may be implemented by the Panchayat Raj institutions at all levels. Their exact role shall be decided by the states as per the requirement in the state. The GPs will participate in the social mobilization for the triggering demand, construction of toilets, and also maintenance of the clean environment by way of safe disposal of waste. Experienced and reputed NGOs can be considered for participation for assisting in carrying out interpersonal communication and training. Community complexes constructed under the SBMG will be maintained by the Panchayats, voluntary organization, charitable trust through funds available from finance commissions, user charges, other state funds, CSR funds, etc. Gram Panchayats can also contribute from their own resources for school sanitation and solid and liquid waste management infrastructure over and above the prescribed amount. The district shall endeavour to obtain support for GPs from business, corporate, social organization and institutions like banks and insurance companies for the creation of assets and the operation and maintenance. The GPs will act as a custodian of the assets such as the community complexes, environmental sanitation infrastructure, drainage, etc. constructed under SBMG. GPs can also open and operate the production centers or rural sanitary marts. GPs can play a key role in promoting regular use, maintenance and upgrading of toilets, SLWM components and interpersonal communication for hygiene education. Agencies who are in the front line of implementation have a key role in ensuring that safety standards are being met with all components of SBMG. Example, the distance between water source and a latrine adhering to the minimum distance for IHHL and community sanitary complexes, regulating pit depth, pit lining to prevent pollution, collapse of pit, etc. The same will apply to key hygiene behaviors such as keeping the environment around hand pumps or water sources clear, tidy and free of human and animal excreta. Both block level and district level PRIs must regularly monitor the implementation of the program. GPs must also play a role in the monitoring of the SBMG program. The GP will organize and assist in organizing social audits of the program. Social audit meeting will be held in each GP once in 6 months. The DSBMG and the BPMU shall be responsible to ensure that this schedule is adhered to. An important part of crystallizing community level action towards ODF is the of a GP wide resolution or pledge to be taken as milestone of the triggering activity. This can be an important process towards ODF status in the GP and has to be used appropriately and effectively. The responsibility of social audit of the program shall be given to any specific village level body or committee or SHG, etc., which shall be carried out in coordination with the GP. Role of community-based organizations or non-governmental organizations or self-help groups or support organizations. If utilized effectively, CBOs or NGOs or SHGs or other organizations have a catalytic role in the implementation of SBMG. The outreach or ground level connect that such organizations can deliver can be taped in the program to achieve positive results. They can be for active involvement in the IEC activities, including in triggering leading to demand generation and sustained use of the facilities in capacity building, assistance in construction and ensuring sustained use of sanitation facilities. Ideally, every GP should have one support organization SO associated with it for assisting in furthering the sanitation program. The state and district missions may take necessary steps to provide for an SO to each GP. Awareness generation and information dissemination. These organizations can generate mass awareness of the community against open defecation, hygiene and environmental sanitation, safe drinking water, etc. by planning and implementing diverse, effective and multiple evidence-based participatory communication strategy. Institutional building. CBOs, NGOs, SHGs, other organizations can be engaged for implementation of block level institutions like BPMU by engaging human resources following the stipulations in respect to qualifications, experience, compensation, etc. They can play a significant role in the capacity building of the community in developing and implementing village sanitation and water security plan, environmental sanitation inclusive of solid and liquid waste management, and capacity building of members of PRI, VWSC, VOs and grassroots level workers. Capacity building. These organizations can be effectively engaged for capacity building process as national, state and district level key resource centers. After ensuring their credentials and past records, they may be engaged for preparing modules for functionaries. That is district coordinators, block coordinators, cluster coordinators, BDOs, PRI, grassroots level workers like Swachh, ASHA, Anganwadi workers, SHGs, PRI, teachers, members of VWSCs, masons, etc. RSM providers of quality hardware for toilets. In many states with varieties of options of toilets, parts like pan trap, tiles, rings for pits, lid of pit, pipes, doors, roof are available even at block level. Households have the options of purchasing varieties of toilet parts of their choice at block level near GPs. However, in some states where GPs are situated in remote areas, RSM is still an inevitable requirement for ensuring supply chain of individual household toilets, community toilets, school toilets and Anganwadi toilets. CBOs, NGOs, SHGs, other organizations may be engaged effectively in ensuring quality bulk supply of hardware for toilets. However, to ensure sustainability through supply of quality components and construction of toilets, the specifications of materials like ceramic pans, pan traps, pipes, superstructure of bricks, brick lining in pits or rings made of concrete, depth and diameter of roof of asbestos or tin, doors with iron frame, twin pits, etc. should be stipulated. Monitoring and evaluation. CBOs, NGOs, SHGs or other organizations may also be engaged to conduct monitoring and evaluation surveys and participatory rural appraisals (PRA) specifically to determine key behavior and perception changes regarding sanitation, hygiene, water use, O&M, etc. either by themselves or as a partner to the GP. The SO can assist in social audits. Selection of GCBOs, NGOs, SHGs or other organization. It has to be ensured that organizations of repute, good track record and experience in social sectors are engaged. They should be selected by a fair and transparent process based on competence, ability and capacity. Keeping in view the state specific requirements vis-a-vis prevailing situation, the eligibility or qualifying criteria should be defined. The agencies selected should have evidence based skill, specialization and experience in the desired field. Adequate resources need to be allocated so that capacities of CSOs can be built for enabling them to deliver effectively. Monitoring of the performance of such organization has to be done once every 6 months by the district collector or deputy commissioner or magistrate or CEO Zilla Panchayat, and only those showing satisfactory results are to be retained. As these organizations shall be working at the GP and block levels, it shall be the responsibility of the district collector or deputy commissioner or magistrate CEO Zilla Panchayat to ensure the engagement and performance of these agencies. These organizations would work in the supervision of the DSBMG and the BPMU and in coordination with the district level RALU. State shall choose such dedicated CBOs, NGOs, SHGs or other organizations with a good track record following a transparent process. The work of these organizations should be reviewed at least quarterly.